rather him at QB than
Hey,
Zach.
we are live. What is up, KK?
We are back. Not just live, we are back.
We
You
back.
listen
We
to the
back.
Fairweather Podcast. You listen to the Fairweather Podcast. You listen to the Fairweather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave here. You're joined with A-Rod, Sammy, and Vic as well. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving weekend filled with shopping and food and sports and money lines and parlays and all that stuff. I am a degenerate, and I've admitted it, and I have accepted who I am. But I'm gonna pass it. I'll pass it on to my dog Sammy. Talk to me, man. How's it going?
It's going good, man. I spent pretty much the whole vacation, or as you could call it, holiday moving. So I just moved into a new apartment, a 2-2, got more space. Now potting from an extra room, so hopefully you guys won't hear the cats anymore. So that's always good.
Where the cat at? Hey, Rod.
Chilling, man. Just chilling. Ready to talk some sports. I feel like we had a week off, and it feels like it's been a month.
If you are watching the broadcast right now, A-Rod looks very fancy. I'm just gonna say. I mean, he looks like Vic said. He looked like he just came back from court. So
I'm the stylish one of the bunch. We all know that. So let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that.
Vic, talk to me.
Yep. Oh man, it's been great. I missed you guys. I wanted to talk Wednesday, but of course, in observance of Thanksgiving or whatever they call it now. Don't cancel me. Whatever day, Indigenous Peoples Day. I hope everybody had a great time and celebrated appropriately with their families. But I'm glad to be back. Glad to be talking sports. There's a bunch of stuff I'm sure we got coming up. Can't wait to talk about the college football nightmare scenario. Can't wait to talk about the in-season tournament. Can't wait to talk about NFL. I'm here for it, guys.
You know what? You literally just gave us the rundown.
My bad.
No, which is perfect. But we're gonna start off with some crazy, wacky shit. So, Vic, we're gonna start with you. What's some crazy, wacky, funny, whatever over the last week or two that you have witnessed lately?
Oh, geez. I try and remember what was the craziest thing that I've seen. I don't think I have anything too crazy other than I just want to mention that today PSV Eindhoven has passed through to the next round of the UEFA Champions League. They will be in the knockouts. So great to see 3 young Americans on that team, by the way, and 3 young Americans that contributed to today's 3-2 win against Sevilla. But that was awesome.
Also contributed, so
yeah, a Moroccan that couldn't have got the shot off without an American. So let's be honest here. I'm just kidding, Sammy. It was like a handshake meme when they scored. But no, I'm happy to see them move on. So we have 3 Americans that are moving on. There's still a slight chance for Christian Pulisic and Yunus Musa at AC Milan to move on as well. So fingers crossed, as many Americans as we can get into the knockout stages.
Hey, Rod.
I got 3. First one being the Jets opening up the window for Aaron Rodgers to practice. Why, my guy? Just sit it out. Everyone's coming back. Like, I've been reading the beat writers. Everyone's coming back. Don't worry. Thing 2, the Pastronaut, how high the Minnesota Vikings were on him, and now they're thinking about a QB change. So that's a little crazy. And then the last and final one, like, am I the only one that's just sitting here waiting for Brandon Staley to get fired? Like, this man still has a job. Like, why does he have a job still? I've never seen someone look so confident and so collected in an interview, but also at the same time, there's like a shitstorm going on in his pants while he's up there at the mic. Like, just, dude,
he clearly has naked pictures of the owner's wife or him doing something. He's got something, because there's no way this man still got a job. I'm sorry, bro. There's something's fishy over there in Los Angeles.
He's got some compromat, as our Russian friends would like to say. He's got some compromat.
All right, Sam, what you got?
I mean, I like to keep it to soccer, and I don't know if you guys saw that Garnacho bicycle kick this weekend. Was one of the most. There's no other goal that's going to top that this year. That's goal of the year. Just lock it right now.
And
that's goal of the year.
And to piggyback off of that, ESPN is so fucking dumb. They say like scores Messi goal, and like his biggest idol is Ronaldo. Like that's like his biggest idol in the world.
That was the most wild part. He's from Argentina, and he did the freaking Ronaldo.
Ronaldo celebrate. You know, he hasn't been called back to the national team since he said Ronaldo's better than Messi.
Yeah.
That's facts.
That's rough.
Yeah.
All right, listen. I got a lot of good shit going on for me sports-wise, but Manchester United, like I've been saying for the last how many months now, it gets worse and worse every day. Every time I'm on this show, it's something else. Now, I never knew who Galatasaray is. What
Galatasaray?
What the hell is that?
Galatasaray.
Team in Turkey.
What the hell is a Galatasaray?
It's the best team in Turkey. When you turn, it's like
they're like the United.
It's like
Turkey.
We are Manchester United. I don't give a damn who Galatasaray is.
That's facts.
This is not the same level. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing.
You see that howler that Onana gave up? That was great.
That's the other, and of course Ten Hag's gonna back him up, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we switch goalie, we go to a different goalie, and now everything's we got to keep defending him. Tired of the bullshit. Tired of the bullshit, man. I really am. But I do have a question for you, A-Rod, as far as crazy wacky shit that I've seen. Did the 100-yard pick six at the end of the first pass, did that replace the butt fumble? Did that replace the butt fumble?
Bro, like, it was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. I could not believe it. You should have, like, I think after that, I immediately turned the game off. I was like, yep, this is Hard Knocks is going to have a field day with this one when they come up with it. So, yeah, I could have threw that in there, but it's the Jets, man. Don't you expect shit like that with no time on the clock? Like, come on.
I mean, how low can y'all go?
What'd you expect? Tim,
I don't know what was worse, that or the Patriots kicker missing a 30-yard field goal. Clearly they tanking. Now I know they tanking because like they let Mr. DeVito just
this
like God over there.
This is the life, and DeVito's not doing. He just threw one touchdown and they won by a grace of that.
I like the energy, bro. I like the
energy too, and his family's all in the mob. But like the life of a Jets fan, bro, it's like Tim Boyle steps back, finds Garrett Wilson in the end zone, touchdown. The Jets scored touchdown. Score is now 42-7 to Buffalo Bills. That's like what I got to live through every day. So,
man. All right, Sammy, what we got? Lead us off. Where we at?
Yeah, so we're going to touch on the college football because I know you guys got some things to get off your chest. We're going to do a little fair weather round robin, trouble in Foxborough, talk a little bit Jets, and then let you sound off on your Eagles. Then I got another little segment for us called Survival of the Fittest. So talking about some fringy playoff teams, because we're getting to that point where we got to start. Some of these teams got to start looking at the schedule and seeing how close they are to the playoffs.
It's literally December already. It's crazy.
And so we got some teams that look like are on the outside or on the inside of that bubble. So we'll talk about that. Then obviously the key matchups, and we're gonna get right into the NBA. And I know you had a great segment. Who do you love? Pay Tag Cut edition. So you guys want to stay tuned for that because that's gonna be an absolute banger. But yeah,
they all got themes. I
love it.
All right, let's kick it off with some college football. Now this was a crazy weekend of college football. None to me bigger than the USF is going bowling. I was at the game. I got to admit, I was highly intoxicated on Saturday because like after the University of Michigan beat up in Ohio State. I got a lot to say about that. After that happened, I was on cloud nine the rest of the day. There's nothing that nobody can tell me. And then while I was at what's that place called? Walk-Ons, before I went to the game, I was watching the Alabama-Auburn game. And you know how I feel about Alabama. That's like my closet support team. That Milrose throw on fourth down in like 50.
Play of the year.
Bro, that was the most impressive shit I ever seen. I was like, damn, like that took balls to steal for that. So by that point, I am toasted, right? By the time I get to the game, I'm drinking tequila and wine. I was feeling pretty swayzy. And somehow I found my way to the football field, and I was on the field dapping up players, saying, good job, y'all, good job. I swear. I got the media pass in my car. So Saturday was a fantastic day for me. But I'm gonna just leave it right there. Sammy, what's your biggest takeaway from the weekend? And then the season as well for you.
I mean, the biggest thing was the USF game, man. For me, at least.
Go Bulls.
Yeah, man. It was nice to see. It's something that I've told a lot of people this year. I know, Vic's going to have his opinions on it or whatever, but, I knew there was going to be bigger things than what we've had in the previous years, and I'm glad that they kind of paid out. Obviously, there were a lot of games that, we wish we could have back, but I'm happy A-Rod stuck with us throughout the season and kept watching the games. We're in a bowl. I told you, we're going to make a bowl. I told you 6 wins. This is what we got.
Toilet bowl, bro.
It don't matter. Don't matter.
You know what's crazy? What's his name? Weaver and Jimmy Horn left us to go to Colorado, and we got a bowl game, and they on the couch.
And speaking of the devil, you said it perfectly. The other thing that I wanted, pretty much about the season was, what did I say, boys? What did I say about those Colorado Buffaloes? I was just gonna say, I'm just waiting for A-Rod to give me my flowers.
What do you want? Roses, daisies, tulips? Just take it, bro. A-Rod.
No, man, that Alabama game was the one that I paid attention to the most. And, I was biting nails. I was like, shit, these guys aren't going to do it. But in the back of my mind, I had Vic like Rudy back there just saying, believe the whole fucking time. I could hear Vic screaming at me on the golf course, and I could hear Vic just saying, they're going to do it. And when that pass came out, oh my God. Like that's play of the year for me.
Yeah.
That's play of the year for me. That was so beautiful. But it's, rivalry week is always fun. It's always good to see those games. So, Michigan, Ohio State was a big one. That was a really, I thought it would have been more exciting, but Michigan, they're a bunch of dogs over there. I got a lot of respect for Michigan. Florida State and Florida, man, y'all Florida cats, Florida fans. I mean, I watched that game too, and all I could see on my Twitter feed, text from friends, was like, "Oh, these guys are chumps. They're not that." Yeah, all right, Florida fans, y'all should get used to it. No, but it was exciting. I actually watched college football, and I've been watching college football all year. It's disappointing to see USC not up there. You want to see them doing well with Caleb Williams on the way out. Makes me wonder if he's going to stay one more year. Oregon being very successful, Washington being very successful. This guy Penix, I like watching him when I can see him. And what was the other one that I had? Shit, I forgot. But no, just an overall good day, man.
All right, Vic. I know. Sound off, man. Sound off. You
just
said a statement a few weeks ago. Remember, we had this little conversation, and so far it's holding true. So. What you got?
Hold the line.
Yeah. It is a thing I can say that hasn't already been said. But I will just say that Alabama is looking good, looking better. It was a trap game for them, just like the Florida State game was a trap game for them at Florida. Even though they are the better team, going to your rivals' school, playing away at your rival on rivalry week, anything can happen. It's happened every year. Everybody remembers the kick six, when Alabama was undefeated, Auburn returned it for a touchdown. So, this feels like the revenge of that. So
the game was on the anniversary, 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I think we're just one step closer to chaos scenario. So love to see it.
And then for me, obviously, like I said, Michigan doing what we did. Obviously, these last 3 weeks has been a whirlwind for the University of Michigan program and everything that's going on with homeboy that was stealing signs or whatever, and Jim Harbaugh, which obviously he did his time or whatever. I guess he did the crime, whatever. Who knows? But honestly, for him to for us to kind of pull through against Ohio State was very, very just the cherry on the top for me, because it's like if we would have lost, then they would have said the last few years were it was because you were stealing our signs, and everything would have been in the toilet. And the fact that we're able to not only beat them without Jim Harbaugh and Connor Stallion, whatever his name is, we did it. We did it. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest thing for me. We got Iowa coming up this weekend to hopefully cement ourselves. To me, the number 1 seed, unless Georgia beats Alabama. But I'm just very proud of the University of Michigan for what they had to endure this season. Because at the end of the day, it's kids, right? Like we're I don't like penalizing kids for the mistakes of adults. You know what I mean? Like they're 18 to 21 years old. They're just trying to get their tuition paid, play some college football, meet girls and get a degree, hopefully, or go to the NFL. So,
Or steal some crap. Either or.
Crap love still a thing that's still, I don't know. That seems so like ancient to me.
I don't know, bro, but do you see the shit Jameis be doing, bro? The shit Jameis be doing it's live entertainment.
Jameis is Jameis, bro. And at the end of the day, I love that guy. I love that he's authentically him, though. He's authentically him.
I do too. Like, I would love to hang out with him for a day. I would love for him to take, like, or just give a speech to him.
I don't think I can hang out with him, though. I feel like, he'll talk my ear off and say some wild shit. I'm like, bro, just go in your corner.
I want to be around him to the point that I wish could buy him. But, like, dude,
how about that?
He's entertaining. He's entertaining.
How about that? And then also, my last takeaway from college football, before we I want us to predict, who we got as our four going in. But we were talking about University of Colorado going on. Obviously, but that first 4 or 5 weeks of Colorado, we gotta go back and remember that time. That was a very fun time. Like, that was like a fun moment in college football, even though the season didn't go how they wanted it to go. You gotta, like, the college football game day was there every week. We had rappers showing up. We had hustlers showing up. It was the craziest time, man. I look back at that time, and man, that was a good bandwagon month for me.
I'm still on it.
It was a fun. Oh, no, I hopped off of that one. I went back to Nick Saban. I said, all right, Nick, I'm sorry, bro.
I'm still on the Saban bandwagon. I got three bandwagons I'm on. So, but all I can say is, like, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I'm also, like, I feel like more people were watching college football at that time before the NFL because Dion was putting on a show for everybody. And then the NFL called and said, we got to have something. And that's when the whole Taylor Swift fucking Kelsey thing happened. And insert the Andy dropping, Woody meme. I don't want to play with you anymore. Colorado's out the picture. And now the new story is going to be Kansas City with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey love phenomenon.
That story really did do numbers. Like, I looked at, like, the top podcast. Travis Kelsey's and Jason Kelsey's podcast is number one. Is the number one sports podcast, and I think they're number one on iTunes as well. So,
but weren't they number one before?
Were they?
I don't know. I know that they're, like, pretty up there.
They were up there, but I think I just read. I think last week that report came out. Like, oh, by the way, they're number one. So,
I think they were after what's his face went to ESPN. The kicker, I can't remember his name.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
So, what we really need is A-Rod. We need you to step your game up and hit up Taylor Swift. Because we need that exposure, bro.
I'm not a white kind of guy.
My time is up. I'm about to go to ring on it.
Same.
So, you don't last in about a week.
Hey, brother, you gotta do something for us. Hit up Beyonce, somebody. I don't know.
Sammy, rock, paper, scissors me. Let's go.
I need something wild to happen between y'all. So
yeah,
y'all got to go get that done.
and I'm sorry I had to step away, guys. I had to address something. But did we talk about the chaos scenario in the NCAA yet?
That's next, and I want you to take it away because I want to figure out who you got in your last four making the playoffs and how the hell are we gonna get there? Because there's a lot of shit that could possibly happen this weekend.
Okay, so this would be the most amazing thing that could happen. It's where people are calling it chaos scenario, right? So that's Michigan wins, becomes Big Ten champion. You got 13-0 Michigan. FSU a 13-0 ACC champion. Alabama 12-1 SEC champion, which means they beat Georgia. And then Oregon beats Washington. Texas is the 12-1 Big 12 champion, and then you already have the one loss Ohio State team to Ohio State or to Michigan. I'm sorry. So we already know probably Michigan's in there, right? 100%. Michigan's number one. That one you don't need to think about. It comes down to the next three, and how you feel about this whole thing. So for me personally, if all that happens, this is how I go: Michigan 1, FSU 2, Alabama 3, Oregon 4.
You think they'll drop Georgia completely out of the playoffs after one loss in the SEC championship game?
The only time when you can't lose in college football is at the end of the season. It's hard to recover from a loss at the end of the season, especially when the team that beat you has the same exact record and their loss came early in the season.
So explain number 3 TCU last year losing in the Big 12 championship game, and they stayed number 3.
Because there was nobody to jump them. I think that there was no one-loss team that could jump them at that point.
There was plenty of teams that could have jumped them at that point.
No. Not last year.
I don't think one loss team. I think Vic's right. I think it was mostly 2 loss teams last year.
So they're going to drop Georgia, who's won 29 games in a row, to number out of the playoffs after being number 1 basically over the last 2-3 years.
The problem with that logic is you're not looking at the other teams that are potentially trying to make their way in. So let's say in your case, right, KK, Georgia stays in. How is that? I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, KK. Like I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. They're going to be 4, and Alabama's going to be 2, but that sucks for a Pac-12 champion. That sucks for Michigan. That sucks for Florida State. You know what I mean? And those guys, like if you look at Oregon's example,
it sucks for Texas too.
Oregon lost to Washington, but then if they win, then they would have beat Washington in the championship game. Which one is more important?
Yeah, if Oregon beats Washington, to me, they have to be in the top 4, right? Which means, I know, they might go undefeated, but I look at Florida State's resume, and I mean, they had a lot of close calls. They had some, the schedule wasn't really that tough. I would pull undefeated Florida State out, and I'd put Oregon, the winner of Oregon and Washington, in no matter what. Like, to me, the way the Pac-12 has played this year, whoever wins that Oregon and Washington game, to me, needs to be in that top 4. And then whoever's the SEC champion needs to be in that top 4 as well. But if it's Alabama who's the SEC champion, there's no way I can just say, Georgia, we thank you for everything you've done over the last 3 years. You don't get to defend your title because you lost your first game in 29 games to a team that has historically been one of the best teams.
Can I give you a rebuttal to taking FSU out?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think although this is the only year that this will probably be a problem because next year we're expanding, but I think that not allowing an undefeated Power 4 conference champion into the playoff would, regardless if Jordan Travis is there or not, obviously he's not going to be, but regardless if he's the quarterback or not, I think sets a dangerous precedent. I mean, it's basically like, congratulations, FSU, you're a Power 4 conference. You went undefeated, and you're the ACC champion, but we're not going to let you into the playoff because your quarterback got hurt.
And do you think they can get penalized for that because they don't have? At the end of the day, when you stack those teams up, we all know Florida State's not better than Alabama, Georgia, or not even Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, or Washington. And unfortunately, especially with no Jordan Travis there, I know they got a lot of talent, but without Jordan Travis, I mean, realistically, we want the best 4 teams in, right? And to me, I understand what you're saying, but like, it's one of those things in which, sorry, bro, like I don't know. Well, A-Rod, when you got, I know you're trying to speak. Go ahead, A-Rod.
No, I mean, what about James Madison? I'm just kidding.
I love that.
When they lost to Appalachian State, they finally got College Game Day, and then they lost to Appalachian State. So
exactly. It's a clusterfuck. Like the guys that are gonna have to do this, there's gonna be death threats at their house when the teams that we think should be in there aren't gonna be in there.
Dude, they be showing them on TV. They gotta stop showing them. Like, now we know what they look like.
They gotta stop. It's gonna be tough because if Texas beats Oklahoma State, like Texas has had a great year. I mean, they lost one game too, and they're one above. They're 7 to Alabama. But if Alabama does knock off Georgia, I know Georgia won last year, but it's a whole new year. It's not like, oh, sorry, bro, you get to defend your title. We're gonna put you there. You got to put that aside. It's unfortunate, but at the last game, you're in the same conference, you're with the best team, and if you knock them off, I feel like they got to slide out of it. They got to slide out of it then.
But the problem that I have with college football is that a lot of teams get penalized about when they lose, not about if they lose. Because like Alabama lost, what was it, week 2 or whatever? Like that was a long time ago, And just because Georgia, if let's say in this case that Alabama does beat Georgia, just because Georgia beats them at the last possible game of the season does not mean their loss is any more or any less or more significant than Texas's loss or Ohio or Oregon's loss, or if Washington State loses. Because at the end of the day, one loss is one loss. It doesn't matter when it was or how it was. Obviously they count style points and everything like that, and point spread and differential and who's actually playing and who's bringing money, because at the end of the day, it's a business, and who's going to bring the most money to the table, right? But I don't think when you lose should be something that penalizes you that much, because like Ohio State last year, Michigan beat Ohio State, and they were idle championship weekend, and they backed into the playoffs because USC lost. You know what I mean? Like, and like that to me, I don't understand that. Like they literally were the 5th seed. TCU and USC both lose, and they found a way to back into the playoffs. So I don't know. It's such a weird precedent when it comes down to to 4. That's why 12. When they go to 12, everybody can breathe a little bit. But this year's scenario, it's just a lot of crazy shit can happen, and it's like I love chaos, so I want to see it happen. But I'm pulling up the strength of schedules, and I'm very curious to see some stuff. So, Ohio State 1, LSU 2, Michigan 3. Alabama got the 4th hardest schedule. Texas 5. Yeah, Georgia's 13th strength of schedule.
That's what I'm saying. Georgia hasn't played anybody.
Yeah, that's bad for them, being that their schedule is 13th. I mean, Florida State is 16th though, and that's the problem. Georgia's 13. Oregon is 15, Florida State 16, Washington 17. So we're literally picking between those 4 teams as far as like strength of schedule. Georgia has a higher strength of schedule than Florida State. So Oregon has a better strength of schedule than Florida State. So I don't know. You're right. It is a precedent that can be a little crazy, but to me, if that scenario plays out, I don't have a problem removing Florida State from the 4. I would feel bad. I feel like if Jordan Travis is there, then maybe I could think differently. But if they barely scrape by Louisville like 1 point, and I'm like, it doesn't look impressive at all, I don't know. It's going to be hard for me to see them being one of the 4 best teams in the country.
Are those the updated? Is that the updated strength of schedule? Okay, because what I'm looking at has something way different.
It has Ohio State as 11-1, so yeah, it seems updated.
All right. Pro Football Focus has it a little bit different.
Pro Football Focus. This is not pro football. They're college kids.
I know, but I'm just saying, Pro Football Focus. That's where I go. Alabama at freaking 41st. That's crazy.
41st? Yeah, that's not right. I have Alabama at 4th here.
Yeah, that's not even close to being right. 41st strength of schedule. Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, that's all I got. Sammy, anything to add to that?
No, man. Pretty much.
So,
you guys nailed it.
In conclusion, whatever scenarios happen, who's your 4?
For mine, I had the same as Vic's. Just obviously I'm a Ducks fan, so I'm hoping that it turns out that way and Oregon makes it in.
I got how many losses does Washington have? Do they have 1 or 0?
They would have 1 if they lost to Oregon.
They have 0 losses.
Yeah, if they lose to Oregon, they have 0 currently.
Yes.
But if they lose to Oregon, they'll have 1.
All right, I got Michigan, I got Washington, I got Alabama, and I'm gonna throw Florida State in there. That's gonna be my 4.
And I got the same, but I got Georgia taking Florida State's spot because I just don't foresee.
Man, they put another SEC, like 2 teams in the top 4.
They do it every year.
They do it every year.
They don't care. They don't. Last year they did it with the Big Ten. Before that, it was Georgia. And
Alabama.
Bama. There's been LSU and Bama. There's they always have one of those 2 in that.
Because it's just all right. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but it's just well, then why have any of these other conferences? Why the fuck even have?
Which is exactly why they're moving to a super conference within the next, literally 10 years from now. We're going to be having a completely different discussion because they literally made it a point. I mean, there are teams from the Northeast going to the SEC and teams from the West Coast going to the Big Ten. It doesn't make sense anymore. So
That's brutal for those kids, man.
I know it sucks.
They get paid now. I don't feel bad for them.
I don't care. They're still 18 to 21-year-olds. That's a lot, and they got exams to do tomorrow for the underwater basket weaving class. So
we all know somebody's taking that test for most of them.
I gotta believe that they do. This is another conversation for another day. We can pass on that. But yeah, college football. I'm looking forward to a chaotic weekend, and let's move on to some grown man football. Sammy.
NFL. So let's go with a little fair weather round robin. Vic, I'm going to start with you this time because I think last time we started with the Jets. We started with Aaron. We obviously have to save the Eagles for last, but
I'm going to get some wine.
Vic, what did you think about this past weekend with the Patriots, man?
It's probably I think the third or fourth game this season that I put my beans on the opposite team, and it worked out for me. Well, I mean, what can I say? They suck. I mean, I don't think I need to take much time here.
Who do you want in the draft? Do you think there's a chance? Do you think there's a chance we stay in that top 3 spot?
Of course.
Yes, I think. I think so, 100%. I mean, let's look at the remaining schedule, right? So we go to the
Chargers
here.
Broncos.
Chargers next week. Broncos, who are on an upswing, right?
Yeah.
And Staley will still have his job.
Bills, Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. So Jets, and then Jets to end the season. So we got Chargers, Steelers. So we lose against the Chargers, right? Even though it's West Coast team going east. Lose to Chargers. Lose to Pittsburgh on Thursday night. Definitely lose to the Chiefs on Monday night. Lose to the Broncos on Sunday night. They're gonna flex that game. Broncos Pats Sunday Night Football. Yeah, I don't think so. Bills, that's a loss. We might beat the Jets.
So currently, just really quickly, looking at the odds as far as like the order that they're predicting that the top, let's say top 10 will go. The Bears, by way of Carolina Panthers, the worst ranked organization in sports right now.
What's going on in Carolina?
Would get the shit for real. Would be the first pick. Arizona 2, New England 3, Chicago 4th again, Commanders 5. So that would that would keep you guys in the top 3. But let's say it's a top 3 or 4 pick, right? What do you? I mean, are we gonna trust who's making the decision? Is it still Bill Belichick?
No,
I don't know. That's the thing.
I don't think so. I think the guy that they just hired this year is supposed to be making those decisions now. I forgot his name because I haven't watched him in like 6 weeks. I've been putting on
you guys will draft the quarterback,
but I'm hoping, honestly, at this point, I mean it's pretty deep, right? Like the quarterbacks that are coming out. Like I don't know if there's a huge based on what I've seen the last 4 weeks in college football. It says a lot about me. I've watched more college football in the last 4 weeks than I have Patriots football. But I mean the some of the teams in the top and the middle of the draft don't really need a quarterback. So I think you can see some of those quarterbacks like Drake May. I think has dropped a little bit, but I think he'll still be in that top 5. You got Caleb, obviously. You got I think Michael Penix. Still pretty good. I think he might be one of my favorites coming out, especially with how the NFL is changing, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, even Bo Nix looks like he could be a solid pro quarterback. He reminds me of how Justin Herbert was, right? Maybe not as athletic, but yeah. I think if they don't go...
You know who to look out for? I for whatever reason, and he might not go in the first round, but Spencer Rattler committed to the NFL draft this year. He might drop a little bit because, he wasn't, the last couple of years he's been with a bad team. But you got to remember, he was the number 1 quarterback in the country, and he was the most hyped quarterback, at one point. He just so happened to play for a team that wasn't really that good at that time. Right. So, I mean, even Caleb Williams left. Like, both of them left. So, it wasn't going well enough at that time. I think Spencer Rattler could be like a steal at some point. He could be like a 2nd or 3rd round pick, and everyone's gonna remember. Oh yeah, Spencer Rattler was that guy before. And if he gets under the right type of coaching, I think he could be somebody to kind of look out for. That's just somebody
I'm glad you said that.
Be like trash.
because it reminds me that, it's Bill Belichick at the end of the day, right? This is definitely an easy case where he looks at, I have a 3rd-round pick. What is this worth? And if the draft is this deep, I can still get a quarterback in the 2nd round. Or if he drops back a little bit, can still potentially get Marvin Harrison Jr. and then draft Spencer Rattler in the second. In the second. Like, who knows what he's gonna do? I've never seen this scenario.
Yeah. The only way that we get Marvin Harrison Jr. is if we get to that 2 spot, which is unlikely, I think, at this point. I honestly think Spencer Rattler is probably not a great fit for the NFL, only because I think he has character issues, that he's like a really big dickhead. No, I think
that's literally like you just made Bill Belichick hard. Like that.
But he's like, that was his issue at Oklahoma. Was like he never really got on the field because he was kind of not really that leader. You know what I mean? He was just always like, because he's been hyped up his whole life, which what can you expect from a guy that's been told he's the best his whole life?
Yeah.
But
if he gets drafted by a team like the Patriots rather than the Cleveland Browns, obviously, like Johnny, let's be honest. If Johnny Manziel got drafted by the Patriots, do you think he'd still be in the league? Probably. Because at the end of the day, you get drafted into the Patriots way, whatever the Patriots way is, it changes the man, right?
There ain't no Patriots way anymore, bro.
Yeah, I agree with Sammy on that.
Yeah.
It's by way of the Patriots now.
By way of the Patriots. I don't know. It's just, to me, something like that could help him. Obviously, if he goes to a team like Arizona, which obviously they're not going to draft a quarterback, but like, you go to a team like Arizona or like the Cleveland Browns, that shit goes out the window pretty quickly. So it really just, to me, a lot of players that become quote unquote bust, it's not about the talent. To me, it's just where they get drafted, because you cannot control where you get drafted. You're not an unsigned free agent coming out of college. You got to get drafted, and you got to play for the team that drafts you. The Chargers had Ryan Leaf, and we see how the Chargers have been all these years. And the Raiders got Jamarcus Russell, even though he wasn't, to me, shouldn't have been picked that high. Of all team for him to go to was the Oakland Raiders at that time, which kind of compounded everything. So a lot of this stuff kind of just depends on where you get. I mean, look at all the quarterbacks they got drafted by Cleveland with Jimmy Clausen and I mean all these kids that were all good.
Brady Quinn.
Yeah, Brady. Like, it didn't matter. You go to Cleveland, your career is in the shitter. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Patriots do at that. How they finish the season. Obviously, I know it's not the most fun time for you guys. I can hear it in your voice, but keep your head up, because I was telling this to my girl the other day, because she's a Bucs fan, and I do feel bad watching her watch the Bucs, because like they had Brady for a couple years, and everybody was all up in arms, and now I'm watching this and everybody's just depressed, and I have to live with her, so I see how depressed she is. So I'm like, look, just tank and get a quarterback, and you'll feel how I feel. Because think about it, for 20 years y'all had Tom Brady. No matter what is going on your football team, every Sunday well, at least I got Tom Brady, right? Like, for me, it doesn't matter what's going on in Philadelphia right now. I have Jalen Hurts, and it feels so good to have, because at the end, the quarterback calms down the water, everything that's going on, the noise and everything like that. The quarterback, I mean, think of what C.J. Stroud has done to Houston. Like, Houston has been a shit show for a long time, with ownership saying this and a lot of the firings and everything. And C.J. Stroud has brought everything back down to earth a little bit, because he is who he is. So sometimes you got to just have one of these years. You get the quarterback, and the fortune can change. So keep your head up. I think you guys will get the quarterback. Hopefully you get it right. Obviously, you can draft 2nd overall and get a Zach Wilson as we transition over to the Jets. And you can see what happens with that. So,
speaking of the Jets, A-Rod, we have a question in the chat from Gilberto Pedroza, and he's talking about how he's against Rodgers coming back this year, and he wants to know, is Salah's seat warm? Is that why they're really pushing for Aaron Rodgers?
All right, so Gilbert, GP. So I go down the rabbit hole all the time, and what I see from the beat writers is the entire staff is safe. To Nathaniel Hackett, to Saleh, to Joe Douglas, it is all safe, all contingent upon Aaron Rodgers in next year. They're literally wiping the season clean, and they're going to pretend like it didn't even happen, and they're going to roll with the Rodgers effect next year. So everybody is completely safe, and I'm truly okay with that. I'm truly okay with that. I think if
Nathaniel Hackett as well.
Yeah, because he coached him in Green Bay.
Tell me what the hell did he did for the Broncos last year, and this same Broncos team has won is about to hopefully.
But Aaron Rodgers wasn't on the Broncos. Okay, Aaron Rodgers wasn't on the Broncos, so I'm okay with Nathaniel Hackett being there. I really am. I have no problem with him. I don't even put it really on him. I just think that they have shitty quarterbacks that can't make plays. I really think they do.
Y'all got too much talent on that. I mean,
but the guy throwing the ball has to be talented too, and he's a fucking haystack. He's a haystack throwing the fucking talent.
I blame Aaron Rodgers for a lot of this bullshit that's going on.
Tim
Boyle. Why is Tim Boyle there?
Tim Boyle was there last year too.
Why is he there?
But he was there last year.
Why does he have a job?
Don't give a
because
fuck
he's
who
friends
it is,
with Aaron Rodgers. Why does Nathaniel Hackett have a job still? Because he's friends with Aaron Rodgers. Why does Alan Lazard have a job? They benched him the last game.
Well, I knew
Randall Cobb.
Would you like me to get the noose? Would you like me to get the noose and just hang myself on the show? Like, come on, bro.
Well, the thing about it, these are all his boys that he brought, and they ain't done shit for him.
KK, we alluded to this before the season even started. What was the biggest problem going to be? The headache that Aaron Rodgers is going to be as well. He's on his world tour right now with the Pat McAfee show. He's showing up in all black to games. He's practicing today. Like, me as a Jets fan, don't go out there, bro. I appreciate the hunger to get back on the field. I appreciate the winning mantra you want to bring to the club, but we're used to sucking, okay? We don't need you to come help save us right now. Save us next year. And don't snap your Achilles on the fourth play. Please, for the love of God. Okay? Yeah, man. But I mean, at the same time, shit happens. But fourth play, come on, really? Look at the stats of how many players have torn ACLs in the Meadowlands, and it's crazy. It's not a good field.
There was a poll that was done. That's their least favorite field in the NFL to play on.
Yeah, they call it the Gladiator Arena for a reason. Someone's gonna die. Someone's career is gonna come to an end.
Hey, we're gonna see like out of the Dark Knight where Bane came through and everybody, the whole stadium blew up or whatever. So that's going to have to happen.
A lovely, lovely song. Oh man, from Jets Nation, or from me, I shouldn't say Jets Nation because they're all mindless people. For me, Aaron, just sit it out, man. I know he wants to see like where we are in contention and to see if he wants to come back on the field, but I really don't want him to come back on the field. And I wouldn't even have given the reins to Boyle. I would have given it to Simeon before Boyle, because at least he's played in some games and whatnot. And Zach Wilson, y'all got to move on from him. Like I'm done trying to say that there's something there, but there's nothing there. The guy is not good. He tried his best to be a leader, but lost the locker room. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. And for you to keep rolling that shit out there, and for Saleh to keep sticking with it and getting a lot of pushback from the organization, from the players. Beginning of the season, this was a tight-knit organization. Like I told you in the beginning, like I've never seen a team so close together, having fun, and then the screws and bolts started to fall out, and shit just started to fall out of the wagon. So it is what it is. I don't even know what I want as a draft pick. I would want a quarterback, but I don't know who's going to be there for us. I don't want to just take someone just to take for the sake of it. I want us to like do the homework, get the right guy. But Zach Wilson, you got to move on from. I feel bad for the team though. Like I feel bad for the defense. The defense goes out there and puts their blood, sweat, and tears on the field, and the offenses can't do shit. And I just don't get why they don't give the damn ball to Breece Hall. It makes no sense to me. It's like, do you think they go in these meetings and they're like, they're going to think we're going to run the ball, so we're going to throw it this time? Like every fucking week, run the damn ball, bro.
Nathaniel Hackett, plain and simple.
from what I'm seeing, Nathaniel Hackett is safe, and I'm truly okay with it for one more year. I don't think you should ostracize this guy because there's your word of the day.
I like it.
I don't think you should, because with him and Aaron, it worked, and that was the plan for the year. If it doesn't work next year, fucking fire him. I'm okay with that. And if Aaron gets salty for it, we move on from Aaron. I hope we don't, but I'm a Jets fan. I know this shit's gonna happen. I said beginning of the year, Zach Wilson was going to be the starter, and I was right. So,
Tim Boyle played 3 years of college at UConn.
Interceptions and touchdowns.
And our quarterback at the University of South Florida, Mr. Byron Brown, already has better stats than him in 1 year. In 1 year as a starter. So, it's crazy.
Just show me a gun, bro. Just show me a gun. Every time that they come on TV. Me and Rich Eisen are the same. We're in the same pain boat. Like, we're still there. Like, we want to root for this. They win games that they shouldn't win. They lose games they should win. And just like the unfortunate always happens throughout the season. That's the life of a Jets fan.
And I gotta say with Nathaniel Hackett, he was only the offensive coordinator from 2019 to 21. Aaron Rodgers has been that guy way before he got there, and he's gonna be that guy after he leaves. So to me, Hackett has not shown me anything for him to have the job that he has.
Listen, man, you watched Hard Knocks. You saw the relationship they had. You saw the kind of charisma that's there. I want a guy to play for a guy who wants to play for a guy. I don't want him to bring in somebody like fucking who was the Matt Patricia. I don't want Matt Patricia to come in here and be like, all right, that shit.
All right, let's hop off the Jets. I don't want
Love
the Jets
God.
And y'all ain't got to ask me nothing, man. Look, everybody want to give us shit because we win ugly games. Hey, to beat a man, got to beat man. Beat us. Stop crying and beat us. I mean, I don't care if MVS dropped the ball. That's not my fault. That's his fault. I don't care if Gabe Davis couldn't look over his left shoulder besides the right. That's not my fault. That's their fault. I don't care if we kick the 6-yard field goal in the rain. It don't matter. It's their fault, not my fault. However, what I know, and you know what's about to happen.
To pull out the magazine.
What I know.
That thing's sticky now, brother.
When I have him.
Is that a sock stuck to her?
I fear nothing. All right?
Can you flip the pages? I want to make sure they're not stuck together.
As long as I got Mr. Jalen Hurts, I fear nothing.
Do you think in Practical Jokers are in the background? They're like, okay, MVS, now drop the ball.
Hey,
you're sitting in the room in the back just saying that.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
All right, Gabe. Now don't look over your left shoulder because it's going there. They just start cracking up.
Hey, sorry, bro. When you win the league, you gotta play better, bro. It's not my fault. Dog. So do what y'all gotta do.
I'm not hating up you. I'm happy for the
I be reading shit. I be seeing what people say. I nod my head and I move on. You know what I mean? I just nod my head and move on. Look, hey, it's not my fault. It's not my fault you let Jalen Hurts get a quarterback draw. You literally allowed him to get a quarterback draw to close out the game. That's not my fault. That's your dumbass fault. So
the thing is, though, what we talk about all the time. Josh Allen's they changed that rule. By the way, they changed that rule for Josh. And he's been, 0-4 now.
Deadass, that was the first thing I said to my girl. I'm like, because she's so pro Josh Allen, yeah, I'm happy the rule got changed. I was like, yo, they changed the rule. He got the ball. Now what? Win the damn game, bro. Win the damn game. That's not my fault. That's your fault. You could have scored a touchdown and won the game. You did it. You let Jalen Hurts get the ball back. Everybody knew what was going to happen. Brandon Graham let them know. He was like, oh, we don't care. We got Jalen Hurts. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. Go, Bert.
Let's go next topic. Because Eagle Pat time is fun always.
Survival of the fittest, Sammy. What we got?
Yeah, so we got the fringy playoff teams currently just outside. So I don't know if you guys have seen the current playoff picture and how it's going to play out. So I wrote down 3 teams here from the AFC. So we'll start with the AFC. 3 teams that are kind of right there. Browns, Steelers, I just was putting on there to kind of talk about who do we think is going to be the one. I mean, they're both going to make it, but who's going to probably be the higher seed? Because I don't think the Bengals have a chance to sneak in. But the 3 teams that I have here from the AFC that are just on the outside, I believe all these teams are just out. The Buffalo Bills at 6-6, the Denver Broncos at 6-5, and the Texans at 6-5. So they're all within range. I also put kind of their schedules down there. So I guess I'm asking you guys, what do you guys think? Because I think currently we have obviously the top three are set, but after that it's Browns, Steelers, Colts, Jags, right? I think that's I think I'm right there so far. So do these other three teams have a chance to make it in? And now I ask that too because we got the Browns and Steelers at 7-4 apiece, right? And they're both technically viable to make it in. They're going to be the one division, like KK said a few weeks ago, that's going to be the strongest division in the AFC that are all going to make it in. Now, do these other guys have a shot? I put their schedules down as well, so.
I want to start with you, Vic, because I know I know you're a Texans fan, and you're a Texas supporter, CJ Stroud supporter. So what do you think? What do you think? How likely? Obviously, they took a tough loss to Jacksonville this past weekend. But what do you think their chances are compared to like the Broncos in Buffalo? Because we got the red hot Broncos. We got the hot, very ice cold Bills now, and we got the Texans that are just, ready to exhale kind of shit. So what do you think?
I love the Texans. I love the Texans to make the playoffs, and here is why. They have the 26th strength of schedule according to KK's favorite site, Pro Football Focus. They have currently only a 34% chance of making the postseason. But if you look at that compared to Indianapolis and compared to Tennessee, you have a 3% chance. And who's the last team in the AFC South? Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is 8-3. They have the third seed.
Right.
The Colts are 6-5. They have the 7th seed.
So obviously they're not going to win the division. I think they sneak in the wild card 100%. No doubt in my mind. Especially with the fact that they play the Jets, Titans, Browns, Titans again, and then the Colts.
Yeah.
Those two wins, because right now, Sammy, I missed the part where you talked about in the beginning. The Browns are currently in second in their division. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So they beat the Browns twice with the third string quarterback. I don't know who's playing quarterback there anymore. They beat the Titans.
It might be Trevor. It might be what's his name?
PJ Walker.
Joe Flacco. It might be Joe Flacco actually.
Wow, incredible.
It might be
unless it's Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't care. So the toughest test here is going to be home against the Broncos, right? So these are two teams that I think whoever wins this game, even though the Broncos have a harder in, I think whoever wins this game is going to be the favorite, my wild card favorite coming out. Yeah.
Pause.
It's hard. But no, I like the Texans. I root for my guy CJ Stroud. I think he's easily the offensive rookie of the year. MVP talk. I think we talked about last show's KK was a little bit insane. But if we're actually taking like the word most valuable player, he's probably third. He's probably third or fourth, right, in the AFC right now in terms of the most valuable player.
I'll tell you right now, if Marcus Mariota was the Eagles quarterback, we'd be 1-10. I'm just gonna put it out there right now.
No, I'm saying AFC. I'm talking about AFC.
Okay, cool.
I'm saying he's got to be the third or fourth AFC MVP.
I got you. I mean, I'm looking at the Broncos.
Might do Marcus like that, man.
I'm sorry, bro. Thanks.
He won like 4 games for the Eagles last year, at least, man. Come on.
He didn't play for the Eagles last year. We had Gardner Minshew.
The Falcons.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking. And there's a reason why they had the 7th overall pick or whatever it was, 8th overall pick. All right, so let's keep it a buck. Now, I'm looking at the Broncos schedule. So obviously, this weekend with them against the Texans is going to be bananas. Then they got the Broncos are at the Texans, at the Chargers, at the Lions. So they're back to back on the road. Man, that Chargers game, we all know, like the Chargers should be the better team, in my opinion, and they're at home, but they're gonna probably find a way to mess it up, right? The Lions at the Lions, Jared Goff is, I think, after this weekend is nothing but inside games. So you know how he does inside the crib. So That would be tough for them. And then you got the Patriots and the Chargers again, and then the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, looking at that and the Bills, I think the Bills they're done because they have the Chiefs, the Cowboys, Chargers, Patriots, Dolphins. They can beat the Patriots, no offense, but and maybe the Chargers,
Who the fuck are you
maybe
offending?
the Chargers, but their path right now is looking kind of tough. So I'd probably ride with the. You know what? I'd ride with the Texans, but during in the preseason, I've been kind of out on the Bills before the season even started. I feel like the window was starting to close, and then after all the bullshit they were going through this summer with Diggs and Allen and all the all of just this random talk and everything just kind of just seems to not be going their way. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to see them like this is their last hurrah basically, and if they can't get it done this year. I mean, I think it's done over there.
Said that shit too. I fucking said that shit, yo.
Let me ask you this. I mean, we said it since last year. I haven't said it since last year.
Isn't it crazy? Did you guys ever think that we'd be sitting here in week 12, week 13, talking about the Denver Broncos at 6-5, potentially making the playoffs?
You know why? Because they tried to write off Geno Smith last year. He ain't right back. They tried to write the hell off of Russell Wilson. He said, fuck all that. He is not writing back at all. I am so proud of what Sean Payton has done with that team, what Nathaniel Hackett could never even dream about doing with a professional football team. Sean Payton is completely.
I can beat him, though.
You got to understand, a team that gave up 70 points this year, you would think they would just quit. They'll quit. They're done. Like, I'm not doing this shit no more. And they've done the complete opposite. Even everything that was going on with Jerry Jeudy and Steve Smith and all the crazy shit. I haven't heard one less ride from Russell Wilson this year. I haven't seen the team, combust. It's been pretty like just steady, play some defense. After the Miami game, they figured, all right, we got to play some defense and we got to make timely plays. And they are one of the hottest teams in the league right now, just based off of like their winning streak. So I gotta give the Broncos a lot of credit. Again, their schedule right now, how it looks, they could very well make the playoffs with that schedule. It's just the next 3 games are on the road, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, you're right. I mean, for us to be after that 70-point game, I will tell you I had doubts. After that, I had doubts. But before going into the season, I mean, I have so much faith in somebody like a Sean Payton because at the end of the day, a good coach is a good coach, right? So. Bill Belichick. We got to talk about that one again. But Sean Payton, he knows what he's doing. So I feel like he did wonders for Drew Brees' career after his San Diego days and turned that whole shit around. And then with the Broncos, it looked like the shit was done, and I feel like he's turned that shit around too. So I got to give Sean Payton a lot of credit. I don't know where he's at right now in the odds for Coach of the Year, but. I mean, I know there's a lot of teams that are better than where they're at right now, but damn, what he's done for that team over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's amazing. Let's not suck Sean Payton's dick just yet. Pause. So, of those 3 teams, it's weird because like I have kind of like I kind of got like hate for a lot of those 3 teams, except for the Texans. The Texans, I'm only one I'm not. I just hate the organization. But the Broncos, I think Russell Wilson is just a very cringy person when I hear him talk. And
he sounds a little bit more human this year. I think he was putting on a show last year. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't know what it is, but I just think he's just very cringy to me. And if they want to keep winning, like. When he goes up to the podium to start talking at games, just put Future in the back, just standing up, just like that. That's all you need is this Future posted up in the back, and that man will tighten up real quick and start talking like a black guy instead of whatever he is. I don't know what he is. But
leave Russ alone, man. Leave that man alone.
I was always a big Russ fan, but I protect Russ. What the fuck? I don't know what Denver has done to him with this fucking like unlimited bullshit, bro.
You don't be doing no weird shit like that no more. I think Sean Payton told him to shut the hell up, and he shut the hell up. He shut the hell up. I don't know, man.
And the Bills, you know how I feel about the Bills. I think Josh Allen is the most overrated quarterback in the league, and he can't
Makes
close.
Overrated? Because it's not his fault that they lost the game.
Why do you always target me? Whenever I say it, why do you target me?
I'm curious. I'm asking the question. I'm asking.
Because everybody praises him like he's a pagan deity, that he's the best quarterback in the league because they got him on his fantasy team, and he'll score him 30, 40 points a game. But when it comes down for your team that you've been rooting for, that went to, 4 Super Bowls in a row, and they lost all 4 of those, and then every year is the favorite to do it, and then you got to pay the Eagles. You got to play the Eagles, and you can't win it. I know you want me to just get you all fucking riled up for this, brother. But, like, you can't win it. You can't do it. He can't do this shit. He can't.
You don't put teams away.
You put pressure on the motherfucker, and he caves. He caves every time. I see it. He makes bonehead plays. When he's in the position to win the game, he'll do something to fuck it up. Whether it's time management, or whether it's a stupid pass, whether it's a throw to Gabe Davis to the left side and he's running to the right. Something's going to happen. I just don't have faith in him. And, like, I agree with all of you. This is the last hoorah for the Bills. So, in my humble opinion, I'm thinking the Browns are falling out because it's falling apart. Browns are going to brown. We all know that. All right. You can't lose Massage Watson and Nick Chubb. So, when those two guys are down, and then you lose the backup, and you bring in Joe Flacco of all people. They probably found him at a Wendy's. I'd rather Joe Flacco right now. But I think I'm riding this Texans bandwagon. I want my boy DeMeco Ryans to get in there, and I want CJ Stroud in there. I like them to be in.
Yeah. Absolutely, and CJ and DeMeco Ryans is another one that, in my opinion, should be a coach of the year candidate.
That should be coach of the year.
For sure.
That's coach of the year.
What a great job he's done, not only with CJ Stroud, but with that defense as well. Yeah. DeMeco Ryans was always one of my favorite players, when he actually played, and it's just nice to have a linebacker that doesn't have CTE, coaching a team. But to back up A-Rod's point here, I mean, let's be honest, nobody really likes discount Brett Favre. I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy, but he legitimately is Brett Favre light, right? I mean, he's Brett Favre without the NFC Championship games, without the gunslinger mentality, without the gravitas, in my opinion. He seems like, but by all means, everybody rides dick some more. Yes, he has the second most pass attempts. Yes, he has the third most passing yards. Yes, he leads the league in passing touchdowns, but he also leads the league in interceptions. And if there was a stat for dumb throws, he'd lead the league for that too. Yes. So that's how I feel about Josh Allen. And again, he seems like a nice enough young guy. Good for him. I hope he does well out there, but I don't think he's ever going to win a championship in this league. 100% not. And I can see him going the way of, Joe Flacco, or the way of Nick Foles, where all of a sudden they were just gone, right? Nick Foles was Big Dick Nick for a while. I mean, he was the guy in Philly, and then all of a sudden, he's in witness protection. Same thing with Joe Flacco. Won a Super Bowl with the Ravens. Haven't seen him in years. He shows up in Cleveland for some reason. They found him at a Wendy's. A-Rod said. So this is what I'm talking about here. I think that the same. And people are gonna call me crazy. I'm gonna get destroyed in the comments, and I get that. And you know what? I probably deserve it. But just hear me out. I think that in 3-4 years, you're not gonna hear about Josh Allen anymore.
So listen. I
agree. Cam Newton effect.
Thank you. Who did I compare? Who have I always compared him to?
Andrew Luck and Cam Newton.
If Andrew Luck and Cam Newton had a baby, you have Mr. Josh Allen. And what has happened to Cam Newton and Andrew Luck? Andrew Luck couldn't take it no more. 29, he's out the league. Cam Newton literally one more injury and he fell off a cliff. He made it to the Super Bowl, and then it was night termite from there on. So to me, the way the physical style that he plays, I know everybody, like, when he's at his best is when he's able to run the football, right? Like, he's a threat with his legs. And he's not the type that, like, wants to slide. Like, he likes that contact, right? He's superhero. All that superhero shit is cool for a few years, but I don't think the body can take that past 32. So I agree with you. Like in like 4 or 5 years, it might be like, all right, man, like it's time to kind of move on, Buffalo.
All right.
I agree.
Let's move on to the NFC because I know we beat the AFC to death. We got all. I mean, the AFC is a little wild. I don't know about y'all. You got the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints, both sitting at 5-6. So again, NFC South. What the hell is going on over there, right? With the Brian Windhorst, you know.
Bucks are still alive. Bucks are still alive.
Bucks technically still alive. Then we got. These are the guys that are outside of the bubble, not currently in. You got the Packers still alive at 5-6. You got the Rams still alive at 5-6. And mind you, might I say, if you guys look at these schedules, the Rams' schedule looks pretty favorable. And then you got the Seahawks at 6-5. But if you look at their schedule, besides the last game, they're going through a goddamn gauntlet. So, what do you guys think about these 5-6 teams in the NFC that are just outside the bubble?
So I'm the resident NFC guy here, since I'm the only team with a dog in the NFC fight. So let me just do this real quick. So just looking at it from 6 on down, since we know, NFC South, that one is just
noodle fight.
What do we say? Flip a coin, have a thumb fight, whatever. I don't care what y'all do. One of those 3 teams or 2 teams, whatever however you feel about the Bucks, are going to make the playoffs. Cool, whatever. First round exit. Unfortunately, that's just going to happen. If you're a Falcons fan, Saints fan, a Bucks fan, that is your future right now. So cool, right? After that, we got 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, essentially, right? So the Seahawks, Geno Smith last year was an amazing story. The story is the sequels. The sequel's not always as good as the original, right? So I think the sequel might be a bad movie. Cowboys, Niners, Eagles, Titans, Steelers.
Please tell. Yeah, like what? That is nuts.
That's rough, bro. That's rough. So I don't mind counting the Seahawks out of this one, right?
What's A-Rod's favorite phrase? You want to see a dead body? the Seahawks after the next 3 weeks.
No, literally. Not only they got Cowboys next, they had a short week to prepare for this gauntlet of offensive and defensive power that the Cowboys can bring, right? And it's at Dallas, so good luck, Seattle, right?
And we know the coach is a racist, so we know he's going after Geno Smith real quick.
All right, listen. Minnesota. A-Rod literally said it earlier. Josh Dobbs was the talk of the town. Now all of a sudden they're weighing their options. Minnesota is not for real, bro. After I heard that comment, I was like, yeah, y'all ain't for real. So
and the Packers,
that one to me.
Packers look a little feisty.
And that's what I was gonna get to. The Packers
just die already.
The Packers. You know how I feel about Jordan Love, man. I'm like, look, I've been team Jordan Love since the beginning. I know he had kind of a rough stretch in the middle, but I really like what they've done. They compare like him and A-Rod's stats. Their first however many games, it was identical, right? So he took his lumps, and their schedule. They got the Chiefs. They might lose, but they got the Giants. They can win that. The Bucks, they should win that. The Panthers, they're going to win that. Vikings, they're going to probably win that too. And the Bears, they're probably going to win that too. So to me, the Packers, I'm sliding them up at least 6 seed. And then the Rams, same like you said, they'll probably beat the Browns. Joe Flacco is not scaring nobody. Ravens will be tough, obviously. And then Commanders, Saints, Giants, they should win those games, and then Niners they might lose. So
see, and it depends what Ravens team shows up too. You know what I mean? So on paper it looks like a win for the Ravens, but
it's at Baltimore,
right.
And I always to me home field advantage is still a thing, and they're going from the West Coast to the East Coast. The whole travel and everything like that. So to me that could be like a little bit of trouble. Same thing with the Niners. They're at the Niners, and even if it was in LA, there's more 49er fans than Rams fans, even if it is in LA. So that would be an interesting game, depending on what the Niners are playing for at that time. But yeah, I could definitely see the Packers making the playoffs, and then that's only one place, and then there's another seat available. It's got to go. To me, it's got to be the Rams. If it's going to be, because we know one NFC South team is going to have to take the 4th seed, unfortunately, and then the 6 and 7 is going to be 2 of those 3. So I got the Seahawks on the outside looking in, and Packers getting one of those, and the Rams as well. Shout out to Sean McVay, by the way. He obviously won the Super Bowl and they got a little quiet after, they said F them picks and they didn't have shit going on, but and Stafford got hurt. But honestly, the fact that he stuck through with everything, him and Aaron Donald, because Aaron Donald's gonna easily retire. Like, he had no reason to come back. He's kind of, like, whatever, I don't have nothing to prove no more. But shout out to both of them, kind of keeping the shit alive over there. They got new players. What's his name? Killed me in fantasy in 2 leagues last week. The Kyron Williams. God, he killed me last weekend. So yeah, shout out to. I like what the Rams are doing. So huge shout out to them for sure.
Yeah. Does anybody know where Mike McCarthy was on January 6th, 2021? So
I hope not in the White House.
Yeah. So for that reason, I actually like, and it's, I think I'm being blinded by my love for Geno Smith. I think the Seahawks pulled the upset here.
I hope so. I'm with you. I hope so, but that's just tall.
But that is going to be their last one of the season, I think. So I actually see them losing against the Niners, losing against the Eagles at home, maybe beating the Titans, losing at the Steelers, and then losing to the Cardinals at Cardinals. So I agree with you 100%, KK. I think it's the Packers and the Rams overtaking the Seahawks and the Vikings. However, I do think that the New Orleans Saints will right the ship and hopefully starting Jameis Winston to win the NFC South.
All right.
You think they would do that?
I think they should do that. I think Jameis Winston is a lot more fun to watch than Derek Carr, and they're basically the same quarterback.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Except Jameis will give you a better post-interview session. That's all he's going to do.
Yeah. I like Jameis Winston.
He is no risk and no biscuit. He gonna air that bitch out.
let's just keep it a buck. All right, the NFC South is a foam noodle fight. Is all it is. It's just a bunch of teams fighting each other with a foam noodle in a pool, and whoever comes out victorious, like the Panthers already once crying to mommy. They done. But the rest, between 3 of them, NFC South is trash, man. But I really like the coaching that McVay brings. I think his veteran leadership and the Super Bowl caliber and having Aaron Donald there and Matthew Stafford there and the emergence of Puka and Tutu Atwell and then Cooper Kupp, who everybody is screaming about in fantasy. Like,
he killed me. No, he single-handedly cost me the season. I am
white wide receivers, brother. What I preach all the time. Anyways, so yeah, the wine's got me a little bit toasty today, so I'm gonna keep it a buck. So I like what Sean McVay brings, man. I like what Sean McVay brings. The Packers, I just, it's like what's the stick? Like, you gonna do anything? Like poking the thing, you gonna do something? Like, just die already.
Yeah.
Like, there's games that they show out, and then there's games that they play like dog shit. I like the core. Don't get me wrong. I like the core. I like the young wide receivers out there, Reed, Dobbs, and Watson, and Love at the helm. But I just don't see them getting past it. Like the Vikings, yes, I think that whole Dobbs thing, I think that was just a bad wordplay from O'Connell. He'd be stupid to take Dobbs out. Those 4 interceptions that he threw the other night were not his fault. That was at the expense of his receivers that can't catch a football. So
can we real quick? Because we looked at all these other schedules. We haven't looked at the Vikings schedule. They got the Raiders, Bengals, Lions, Packers, Lions.
They just lost to the Bears, bro. I know it's a divisional game, but it was the Bears, okay? Number one, just.
So are the Vikings going to make the playoffs or not?
I think they
do. They're currently in.
They're currently in. But
I think Justin Jefferson coming back is going to be a big upgrade for Joshua Dobbs because he can get separation. He can make those catches that KJ Osborne can't make. The one with Jordan Addison was really unfortunate. They got snatched out of his arms. Like that was just unfortunate. That's just a rookie move. You can't be mad at that. That's not Joshua Dobbs' fault. So I think the Vikings will get in, but I think they'll be a first exit out, to be honest with you. But I like the Rams moving forward, and throw a knife in a room with the 3 NFC South teams, and that's it.
All right, cool. That's all I got.
All right. I know we didn't do this last week, but A-Rod, what is the count from 2 weeks ago? I just want to hear you say my name. Pause.
5, 4, 3, 3. 5 KK for me, 3 both of you, Sammy and Vic.
I'm back, baby.
There he is.
5, 4, 3, 3.
Sammy, no, but if Sammy were the Denver Broncos, he's creeping up right now.
Yeah, I'm coming back, bro. Don't call it a comeback, cuz.
All right.
Stop saying cut. Stop saying cut.
So, week 13 matchups. Got some pretty good games here for you boys. So, first game on the line. We got the Lions at the Saints. So, the Lions are favored by 4. The over-under is 47. Who wants to go first here?
I got a question, Vic, because I'm gonna go first. Obviously, the Hard Rock app is live now, so these mean a lot more to me than they used to. So I'm picking the Lions. I'm picking the Lions to win that game. They should definitely be able to beat them by more than 4, right?
I think so. So if you look at the Lions, they're 7-4 against the spread, versus the Saints, who are 2-8-1 against the spread all season. You have the market, or you would say the public. Right now, we got 92% of the cash, 87% of the tickets on the Lions -4. I think they're a safe bet for you this weekend. In fact, I'm going to start a new segment right now and call the Lions -4 my lock of the week.
All right.
Vic's lock picks, baby.
I'm here. I'm locked in.
Vic's lock picks are back.
Exactly. First, I like the transition right there from KK to Vic on giving the numbers out. That was fucking beautiful. But I ain't been against Dan Campbell, so give me the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions too.
Good job. Everybody's on the Lions. All right, cool.
I don't care if Miss Winston knows all the words to Ludacris song. I don't care.
So we got
Derek Carr didn't care either.
the second game we got is the Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. The Colts are favored by 1 point. The over-under is 43. We'll start with you this time, A-Rod.
Give me Tennessee, man. No Jonathan Taylor. It's a different team.
Yeah, but Zach Moss is still that guy. When he was getting the football early in the season, he did his thing, man. He did his thing. So I'm gonna rock with the Colts, man. I'm gonna take Gardner Minshew over Will Levis. I'm gonna rock with the Colts here.
I'm a dreadnought, man.
Guys, so we have the 7-4 against the spread Colts versus the 5 and 6 against the spread Titans. The Colts are, as we said, favored by -1. The 78% of the cash, 64% of the tickets are on the Tennessee Titans +1. I'm with A-Rod on this one. No Jonathan Taylor. Give me the Titans at home.
I won't bet that game. Cool.
Don't trust Will Levis. Give me the Indianapolis Colts.
All right, let's get it.
All right, the Denver Broncos at the Houston Texans. Vic's babies. The Texans are favored by 3.5. Over under 47.5. 47.5. KK, who you got?
Man, that's the game that we've been talking about. Man, that's a big one. That's a huge one.
Huge.
I'm gonna take CJ Stroud, man. That's a homer pick for me because I love CJ Stroud. So I might be wrong here because the Broncos have been hot, but they gotta lose at some point, right? So I'm gonna rock with CJ Stroud and the Texans on this one because they had a tough one against Jacksonville, but they still competitive. So to me, give me CJ Stroud and the Texans. Vic,
Vic, rattle off the numbers.
Yeah, what the numbers say?
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
That's 3. It's 3.5.
So we got the Broncos 4-6-1. The Broncos 4-6-1 against the spread. The Texans at 5-6 against the spread. No real edge there. The market likes the Texans -3.5. Currently, there's 63% of the cash, 58% of the tickets like the Texans -3.5. Come on, guys. You know I'm going with my Texans -3.5 here. Give me the Texans at home against the Broncos.
Let's go.
This man is made for TV, man. This man is made for TV when he rattles this shit off. Give me Houston. Give me Houston.
All right.
I'm taking the Denver Broncos. I'm riding the big win streak, man. All right, so the fourth game we got is the Cleveland Browns at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are favored by 3.5. The over/under is 40. A-Rod, who you got?
Rams.
Vic?
Wait. I missed this. I didn't pull this one up yet. Fuck.
So I got the Rams, and I'm taking the over on that 40. Because the Browns, lately, they've been giving up some points.
Joe Flacco starts. Fuck that.
They got the running game. The running game is there. So, you're right. That's tough.
We have the 7-4 Browns, who are 6-4-1 against the spread. Against the Rams, 5-5-1 against the spread. Again, no real edge there. -3.5. The mark favors the LA Rams at home. 43% of the cash, 57% of the tickets are on the Rams. Give me the Rams straight up at home. But if we're talking points, give me the Browns on the road in LA. Plus 3.5.
I'm going money line Rams. What you got, Sammy?
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams too.
All right, money line Rams. I like it.
All right, so the last game is gotta do it. The San Francisco 49ers travel to the city of brotherly love to face the Philadelphia Eagles. So the 49ers are favored by 2.5. I do not have the over-under pulled up. Anybody got the over-under?
I certainly do. The over-under right now is at 47.5.
Sheesh.
On the road, they 2.5 point favorite. That's
disrespect.
I'm pissed off, bro. And listen, I'm gonna just go. I was gonna pick the 49ers, and they're probably gonna win the game because we need a break from all these last minute comebacks and shit. We need a break. We just need somebody to beat our ass so that we can kind of regroup again. But that's disrespectful, bro. I'm going with the Eagles, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That shit pissed me off. So Debo Samuel can talk all that bullshit that he wants. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go, Birds.
So we have the 49ers at 6-4-1 against the spread against my darling Philadelphia Eagles. 7-2-2 against the spread this season have made me a lot of beans. You have the market favors San Francisco -2.5. The public loves San Francisco. 51% of the cash, 75% of the tickets are on San Francisco. I'm beating the public here, and I'm going Philadelphia Eagles plus 2.5 at home against the 49ers.
They're going to make out some money this week, y'all. They're going to make out some money this week.
This man is made for TV, man. Fucking ESPN, NBC, call us right now. Take them off.
Not ESPN. Yeah, let me get like Volume or what's that? FanDuel or whatever. One of those guys.
Somebody paid. This man is TV worthy. All right.
DraftKings.
KK, I love the Eagles, bro. I love them to death, man.
Pick the 49ers.
But I'm going to pick the 49ers, but I'm going to give you my reason why. They got to lose another game, and all this momentum is good. Plus, from the NFC Championship last year, there's a grudge going on there. I'd rather them get that out of the way now and feel like they've accomplished something, as opposed to going to the real NFC Championship and then the Eagles blowing them out or winning that game. So I'm picking San Francisco now, but I'm still taking Philly to go to the Super Bowl.
I was going to say it like this. The only time that I saw the Patriots play well was against the Philadelphia Eagles in week 1. And the Eagles still ended up winning that game. I look at this situation as very similar. Brock Purdy, game manager. They have a great running back, but so do the Patriots. Patriots have a great running back, right? But I think the success of this game for the Eagles, I'm picking the Eagles, is because they can stop the run game and they're going to force Brock Purdy to have to pass the ball. Granted, I think they have a lot. I think they have a lot of talent to be able to potentially do it, but I don't trust it. And I've been riding with the Eagles all year. I'm going to continue that ride. So,
and apparently the weather might be bad. So, I like bad weather games.
Perfect. Too. All right, KK, what do we got for NBA?
All right, so we're gonna start. Obviously we do who do you love and all that stuff, but we're gonna do a pay tag cut edition this week and we're gonna do the NBA tournament edition because obviously the NBA tournament has been a thing this year, and we'll talk about that after, kind of just how we feel about how it's played out. But we're gonna kick it off. All right, we're gonna kick it off with the white boys who got some game. Right, we got the white boys that got some game. So we're gonna do pay, tag, cut. Austin Reeves, Kevin Huerter, Sam Hauser. Did you? Sam
I changed
Hauser.
it. Yo, Pay
changed
Pritchard's
it?
ass. Pay Pritchard's ass. I don't
What
want to
happened
Pay
to
Pritchard on there.
Pritchard? All right, pay, tag, cut. That's fine.
We should have called this section "Pretty Fly for a White Guy." That's what we should have called it.
Yeah. This is pretty fly for a white guy section. Kevin Huerter.
Hey, you forgot
Austin
one white
Reeves,
guy.
Sam
You forgot Josh Giddey.
In China, Too Young is just a name.
Whoa, guys.
He's playing in China soon, brothers.
Guys.
As he pulls out the wine.
They are.
Get ready for it.
OKC is not in the tournament right now, so we're not going to talk about them. So Sam Hauser, Sam Huerter, and Austin Reeves. Go, Vic.
Come on, my dude. I'm paying Sam Hauser.
Oh my God.
Wait, you guys want me to go first? Really?
Yeah, go first.
All right. I'm paying Sam Hauser. Am I the only one that doesn't think Austin Reeves is like that dude? I'm gonna tag Kevin Huerter and I'm gonna cut Austin Reeves.
Hey, Rod, go.
I'm paying Austin Reeves.
What?
I'm tagging Huter, and I'm definitely cutting Sam Hauser.
That's insanity.
That's a definite thing for
The
me.
dude's shooting like 45% from three.
You watch only Celtic games. Look at other guys.
Exactly why you should listen to me.
That's Sammy. Go.
I'm not.
Go, Sammy.
Listen to your golf instructions.
I'm paying Sam Hauser.
Yeah!
I'm tagging Austin Reeves and I'm cutting Kevin
We gotta
Huerter.
stop putting Celtics. We gotta stop. We
gotta stop this, guys. We're losing credibility.
This man is shooting 45%, bro. Come on now. He's gonna be in the 3-point contest. I promise you that.
The dude's averaging 9 points and 3
He is
rebounds
the
a
second coming
game.
of Larry Bird.
The dude's averaging 9 points and 3 rebounds a game.
Look at his minutes.
How's
Look at his
Porzingis
minutes,
doing this
KK.
week?
I don't give a flying.
Look at
You
his
know
minutes
what?
and
I'm
usage.
gonna start Austin Reeves because he gets saucy with it. You know what I mean? Like he be crossing people up, and I think this
Austin Reeves is the most overrated dude in the NBA.
I think the LA lights are just a lot right now, and this team is not properly playing to the best of their ability. But I'm starting. I'm paying Austin. I'm tagging Kevin Huerter, and then who the hell is Sam Hauser? He can go. He can leave.
Listen, there's a signature move for a white boy to do in the NBA, and it's this to their hair. and my boy Austin Reeves can do that every time. Okay.
While he crossing you up, while he's saucing you up, dog. While he's saucing.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. We're gonna do the young point guards, right? So we got Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, and De'Aaron Fox. Ooh, this one is tough. And Aaron, I'm starting with you. That's one of your boys. So
I wonder who he's gonna pick.
Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, and De'Aaron Fox. Let's go.
Listen, I'm gonna homer this one for the fact only because I have not seen a point guard in like 30 years. Okay, I have not. So I'm paying Jalen Brunson. Everything that I said about the kid is paid off, and he's not like Sam Hauser caliber type player. Okay, he's actually fucking good. So
well, we're not talking about
starters. We were talking about two other guys that are also bench players. Jesus,
we didn't need that Hauser slander there.
Hey, get off my boy Hauser.
We could have threw Caruso in that shit. Okay, we just
ain't attorney.
No, I love some.
Oh, it's only in the tourney. Oh, it's in the tourney.
Should have thrown Daniel Tyson there.
No, I ain't doing that. All right,
you're paying crazy.
You're paying Brunson.
I'm paying Brunson. Here's where it gets tough. I'm tagging Fox, and I'm gonna cut Halliburton. And that's so weird to say.
He's consistent though. He's consistent though.
You are consistent.
I am consistent. I like. Listen.
Said that 2 weeks ago, so I respect it.
For the record, I do like Halliburton. I really like his game. I just when you throw Jalen Brunson in there, like that's my baby right now.
That's kryptonite.
Like, if you would have put anybody else in there, probably Halliburton would have got tagged for sure. So,
all right, Sammy, bring us back to life. What you got?
Yeah, so I am paying Tyrese Halliburton. I am tagging Jalen Brunson, and I'm cutting De'Aaron Fox.
Wow. Vic,
I don't know, man. I just something about Jalen Brunson. I like his game.
Just hate it, Vic. Come on.
There's so much insanity coming from your guys' voice right now. The obvious choice, right, is I'm going to pay Halliburton, right? The guy that's shooting 45% from three and attempting over 8 threes a game, right? That guy. And also is averaging a double-double with 11 assists and only 2.5 turnovers, right?
Hasn't made the
playoffs. What's that?
Keep going. I'm listening.
And then I'm going to tag the guy that's averaging almost 30 points per game and also 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 steals a game in De'Aaron Fox. And I'm going to cut the older 27-year-old Jalen Brunson, who's only averaging, what is it? Okay, so he's averaging 24 points a game, but still much less than the other guys. Only 5 assists. That's assists and rebounds. 5 assists.
For the record, he's cutting him and hoping the Celtics pick him up. So
no, excuse me. I'd rather have Drew Holiday, sir, and 3.5 rebounds for my guy Jalen Brunson. So yeah, it's no doubt in my head. Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox is closer than you might think. If De'Aaron Fox develops a shot, watch out. That dude's gonna be deadly. So Halliburton, Fox, cut Brunson.
Said that about
we
Rondo
all
too.
somehow have 4 different answers here, which is funny because I'm paying De'Aaron Fox. That dude, bro, I love his game so much. I love how clutch he is. I love just his don't give a shit kind of just I'm gonna win this game. You know what I mean? I love that. I'm tagging Halliburton, and I love Jalen Brunson, A-Rod. I really do, bro. But like Halliburton has really, in the last couple of years, he's really impressed me. He really impressed me. But
he didn't make the playoffs. That's all. Like he didn't turn around a franchise. So.
He's only 23 years old. He leads the league in offensive rating. He leads the league in assist percentage. I mean, what else? This guy's incredible.
And Sam Hauser shooting 45% of the 3-point line.
What are we doing here? Okay, are we
Sam Hauser? Let's leave Sam Hauser alone. All right, we're moving on. We got to build around this talent, but they never play too much. They get hurt a lot, right? We got Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, and Devin Booker.
Oh, God.
Yep. We got talented players that just can't stay on the court as long as we need them to. So, Sammy, I'm going to start with you on this one.
I don't think this one's not as close as the last one.
Zion, AD, and Booker. Go.
To me, I'm paying Anthony Davis, I'm tagging Devin Booker, and I am cutting Zion Williamson.
You cutting Zion? Not my boy, Zion. A-Rod.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've been the biggest Anthony Davis fan for a very long time, and I've been rallying for this man, but he just doesn't show up, and he can't stay healthy, and he's soft. You win a championship, and you went fucking limp. You went limp as fuck. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am paying Zion Williamson, okay? I am paying Zion.
Drink more wine, bro.
I am. This should be a segment. I should just drink more wine every episode. I am paying the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and fucking Zion Williamson. I am going to. Oh, here's where it gets tough. Yeah, I'm gonna tag AD and I'm gonna cut Booker because I don't like Booker. Just period. I think Booker's soft as shit.
And you think Booker's soft, but AD is not soft? Like, come on.
No, there's just something. I think maybe it's. I think it's what
all right, listen, you know how
it's what you alluded to like 10 episodes, like 4 or 5 episodes ago, where you said he's light skinned. I know AD's kind of light skinned too, but I think Booker's more. He can't grow facial hair, so like I can't get behind that.
So it is what it is podcast. You know how Cameron described Anthony Davis? He said the reason why he played so well in the bubble was because they were in the bubble, and LeBron had to be on his ass. Pause. 24/7. Every time he went to the lunchroom, LeBron was there. Every time he went to the door, LeBron was there. Every time he went to the locker and closed it, LeBron was there like Tupac and Above the Rim. He was there no matter what. Now He's in Los Angeles. He's just out here flowing and chilling. And for Anthony Davis, for Anthony Davis to allow Joel Embiid to just punk him like that the other day, and the Lakers all about 44 points, and this is supposed to be Anthony Davis's team now. I can't pay him or tag him. I gotta cut AD. cut AD. I'm sorry.
I'm okay with that.
I gotta cut AD. So I'm gonna pay Zion, man. I want to play Zion, and I'm gonna tag Devin Booker, but I can't. AD, I'm out on him right now, man. He got to show me something. He's getting too soft for me, man. Like he got to grow a backbone, because you can't just be beating up on the little kids. Like you got to beat up on the Giannis. Go beat up on a Jokic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go beat up on Giddey. Giddey likes
Giddey likes little kids. He likes to beat up on little kids too.
Passing the torch right now.
Vic, what you got?
Bring it home. Give us the made-for-TV shit right now.
So guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. These three guys don't play enough for me to find the fucking stats.
That's the whole point.
I'm just gonna wing it from pure talent. Okay. I understand where you guys are coming off on AD, but talent-wise, he's there. I'm paying Anthony Davis. Yeah. Now it comes between Devin Booker and Zion Williamson. Give me the guy I've actually seen play in the playoffs. Give me Devin Booker. And then I'm going to cut Zion Williamson. As crazy as that sounds, I just don't think that guy has a body for the NBA.
My man.
I agree. Listen, I agree, but
they're all agreeable. They are all agreeable.
AD just pissed me off enough where I can't. I would normally pay AD, but he just pissed me off, bro. Me
too, 100%. But like, you got to play when you score 9 points.
Yeah, a couple times this year. That's just soft, bro.
The best player in the NBA that I've heard the last like 4 or 5 years, and then I saw that dominant player in the bubble to almost Paul George-esque out of the bubble.
Yeah. All right, real quick. We're gonna do the third options of the big three. We still got a couple big threes left. So we got Chris Middleton, who I would say is the third option behind Dame and Giannis, right? RJ Barrett behind Julius Randle and Brunson, and Bradley Beal, who I don't even know if he's played how many games he's played this year, but he's the third option behind Booker and Durant. And I can't hear you, Sammy, so I'm gonna start with you, A-Rod.
I don't see Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, Sam.
You know what? I'm swapping out Beal, and I'm gonna put Kristaps in there for y'all. We're gonna swap out Beal and Kristaps.
Much better.
The reason you don't see Kristaps Porzingis is because he's out of 2 or 3 weeks, so that's the reason you don't see him.
He'll be back. Like he might be back Friday. He might be back Friday.
He might.
Who's played more games this year, Kristaps or Bradley Beal?
Kristaps, 100%. Kristaps only missed 3 games.
We'll rock Kristaps then.
Get off my guy.
He was my guy before your guy. Okay, pause. So I'm gonna leave.
He doesn't even talk about you anymore.
You don't even have a Porzingis.
Oh my God! Let it go.
First off, you don't even have a Porzingis jersey, do you? Do you have one?
It's ordered. It's on the way.
No, and it needs to say Porzingis Tingus on it, like my boy Rappaport said when draft night came. So get that on the back. Anyways,
Rappaport has herpes.
He does. He probably does. All right. So if I got to pick, who was it? It was Porzingis, Barrett, and Middleton. Listen, I'm a homer this one too. I'm going to homer this one too. And it's not because the wine's been getting to me, okay? I've been so high on the RJ Barrett train for a very long time. I have been, okay? And I love Kristaps Porzingis, and I like Chris Middleton. This is tough. I'm going to pay Chris Middleton. I'm going to tag Barrett, and I'm going to cut Porzingis, only because I know what's going to happen to Porzingis. And I love the guy. I do. But I'm going to tell you right now, you got a week. Wait till you wait another 2 weeks, and it happens again. So
the hamstring. It's not a big deal.
I'm telling you. Hamstrings are tricky. Let me go real quick since y'all got some. I don't have a dog in this fight, right? I'm gonna pay RJ Barrett.
Two-time All-Star. Pay the two-time All-Star.
Pay RJ Barrett.
Yes.
I'm going to tag Kristaps because Chris Middleton, his body, I don't know what's happened to his body as of late, but it's breaking down, bro. It's breaking down, and I'm a little concerned. I think against Miami last night, I'm starting to see a little bit of it come back, but I don't know how reliable he is right now. Because, like, to me, last year in the playoffs, they could have really used a healthy Chris Middleton, and the year before that, same thing. So I'm gonna have to let Chris Middleton walk, bro. I'm gonna have to let him walk. So I'll pass it to you, Sammy, and let Vic take it home.
I am paying Kristaps Porzingis. I am tagging RJ Barrett, and I'm agreeing with you. I am cutting Chris Middleton. I think ever since the injury, he can't shoot, and I think the biggest part of his game is being able to shoot, and he just has lost it, at least from what I'm seeing. So, and it's just, yeah, if you can't shoot and you're not a good defender as much, he used to be a great defender. Now he's just not even present as a defensive presence anymore. So, yeah.
Vic, cut RJ Barrett. I want to hear it. Say it from the front.
All right, guys.
Make it.
So guys, on this list, I see 2 men and 1 unicorn. I'm paying the fucking unicorn. Kristaps Porzingis, 7'2", 28 years old, an incredible shooter and also passer as well, which I did not know before this. But he's an incredible ball handler. At 7'2", he's just a beast. That's so much man there. Of course, you're going to definitely tag RJ Barrett, 23 years old. This kid, in my opinion, has potential to be the next Jaylen Brown. And then third, I'm cutting Chris Middleton because he's dog shit and he always flames the Celtics.
Listen, if I had to be honest, I was gonna pay RJ Barrett, but I didn't want to hear the homer shit. So I would.
That's nice of you. That's nice of you.
I would. I'd rather RJ Barrett because I've been high on him for so long, and everybody's been saying, "Oh, you got to get rid of him. You got to trade him. You got to get rid of him. He's not fitting it." And
RJ Barrett is good.
No,
I know.
He's only 23 years old.
Coming out of college,
I'm going to retract. I'm going to retract. I'm going to say RJ Barrett, tag Middleton, cut Porzingis.
Okay, at least you
I still don't. Porzingis played more games than Middleton last year, right?
At least he's consistent, bro. He's consistent. Yeah.
Wait till it happens, Vic. Wait till it happens,
All right.
Vic.
Real quick. And this one this one was added late. So this is the Jake Paul special, The Problem Child. We got Ja Morant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. Bro, I hate y'all. Yes. I hate y'all.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm paying Kyrie still, dog. Kyrie, him and Luka, they dominate in this year. Right? So, like I said before the season, my MVP choice is Luka. I know Joker is probably gonna take that shit home, but right now, to me, it's between Luka and Joker, and I think Kyrie is having fun in the Dallas. So I'm paying Kyrie. I'm tagging Ja Morant because he's got to go to therapy. But I know he gonna get his shit back together. And Mr. I'm the System, James Harden, Mr. Team Obliterator himself, he got to go. He got to go to Lil Baby's house or something. I don't know what he's got to do, but he ain't on my roster. We're not even scouting him. He can go, bro. So I'm done with James Harden. Bye bye. A-Rod, go.
Oh man, I'm next. All right, so the Grizzlies are sitting at an abysmal record right now. But when a gun is in play, they're probably doing pretty good. That's all I can say. So when you show a gun, they're gunning. So
because right now they're bringing swords, they're bringing knives to a gunfight.
Exactly. Ja's like this on the sideline, bro. So I'm paying Ja for the youth that he has, and when he's there, he can definitely turn that organization around. They were 2 in the West last year. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let me sober up a little bit, okay? So, and then here's where it gets tough because I completely hate Kyrie Irving. I can't stand the man. He wears, a Muslim scarf to a thing and says he's, Muslim and shit, but curses and flicks off fans and says the earth is flat and whatever. Kyrie is Kyrie. And then James Harden, I'm cutting them both. That's what I'm doing. I'm not tagging anybody. That's what I'm doing. Nobody's getting safe there. I'm paying Ja.
You got an open roster spot. Who's the problem child you gonna fill with that roster spot?
Draymond Green.
Lance Stevenson. Bring me Lance Stevenson in. That's what I'm bringing in. I'm tagging Lance.
You're bringing Lance back to
Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey.
You gotta chill. You gotta chill. Sammy, go. We gotta chill. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm paying John Morant. I'm tagging Kyrie Irving, and yeah, I'm cutting James Harden.
The system. Vic, go.
So I am paying John Morant. I'm grabbing his gun and I'm shooting James Harden and Kyrie Irving.
We are done. We're done, ladies and gentlemen. It's been great.
Yo, God.
TV just killed it. No pun intended.
Vic, drop the mic, bro. You had yourself a show today.
You did, Vic.
Drop the mic.
Yo, Vic, you crushed it. Damn.
You did, Vic. You did a good job.
Shit.
I
A-Rod,
can't wait to see you online and play fucking.
A-Rod, where can they find us?
Oh man, this is. Listen, first off, we apologize for a longer show. We had a break, so we had a lot of stuff to get off our chest. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff to get off our chest. But hey, Vic,
Pause.
Vic, yeah, pause. Vic, you took it home today, man. And you get. If they give out a yellow card and a red card in soccer, but I'm giving you a green card, man. That's not for your citizenship. It's for everything you did today. So, you can find us on X at @fair_weatherpod. You can find us at Twitter, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Search the Fair Weather Podcast, and wherever you subscribe or listen to podcasts audio, you can catch us there as well. KK,
No, Vic.
KK.
Vic, you got the words of wisdom today, bro. I can't.
Before
I got nothing.
Vic, I know you got something. And even if it's for online shit or encouragement later, you do.
Give me something.
But KK, before we go, you got a week before you get married, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let it all sink in, man. Let it all sink in.
Hey,
we're gonna have
I told myself
time.
I wasn't gonna drink until the wedding. But y'all boys make me have fun, and I decided to drink Michael Jordan's Coral today. Shit is fantastic. Fantastic. So,
Vic, you're taking us home today. Give us something, man.
All right, words of wisdom are for KK. Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Enjoy your wedding, bro. It's one of the happiest days of your life. You're gonna enjoy it. I know you got nerves, but once you get in there, you get dancing, you start drinking, you're gonna have one of the best nights of your life, man. So I'm happy for you. Congratulations.
Man, that was beautiful, man.
Congrats, man.
I appreciate that, man. Hey, go Blue, go Roll Tide, and go Bulls.